up and getting ready to watch it. Yeah. So I think we kick it off, right?
Yeah, it's 5 minutes over, so let's begin.
Yes, cool. And we have a lot of things to talk about today as well.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Jonas, and I will be guiding the talk today. And I'm really excited to share some great content. And Johan and Anna will tell you more about it in a second. But we will speak about how to combine organic and paid on TikTok, specifically for e-commerce companies today. And for you guys who stay until the end, you will have a very interesting bonus coming up. And I promise you, this is from our friends on TikTok. And there is a lot of interesting things in this box that you would like to know more about in the end. So a little cliffhanger there.
Yeah.
So we will speak about this today. Johan, you will give a latest update on what's new on the TikTok Pixel and how to set it up and what to think about. There's a lot of new things there that's going to be very important. Then you'll talk more about the best practice to actually run efficient TikTok ads. And Anna, you will dig into the details about how to measure your funnel, how to collaborate that with the solution you have from Supermetrics, and then we're going to end with a Q&A in the end. So it's a packed schedule. Really happy to welcome you, Anna, to this talk. And I know that you have a lot of experience from Supermetrics and on data insights, but I also know that you have an interesting background and how you helped the team at Supermetrics to do the TikTok dance on the last summer party, right?
Yeah, thank you for the warm welcome and thank you so much for the introduction. I am indeed a woman with many talents. So yeah, I am currently a brand strategist working on a number of different brand campaigns at Supermetrics, and I'm hosting the Marketing Analytics Show where you can learn how to use data to your advantage to run campaigns successfully. And just like Jonas has mentioned, I did learn how to do TikTok dancing. So we were sitting in quarantine and it was pretty boring, to be honest, and I really wanted to learn how to dance. So the number one idea I've got is just go to TikTok and learn how they do the dances there. And so I did, and I learned how to dance according to the dancers there. And then when we were out of quarantine, we went to the office and we had a small welcome party there, and we started dancing. So this was the place where I got to show all my talents, and everybody was super impressed. So everybody asked me how did you learn this? Can you teach us how to dance these dances? Which is very fun.
Awesome, and thank you very much for joining. I know you have a lot of great insights and knowledge to share with the audience today. So great, and I think also Johan, super happy to have you here sharing your learnings. And I think also that there's a lot of people that we meet that say, like, do you need to dance to be on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And you will talk a bit more about that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's not the case. So on my feed on TikTok, I don't see any dances at all. So it's depending what you like. I run quite a few TikTok ads as well for a verse of our clients. So it's fun and see how the platform is evolving.
For sure.
Yeah.
But before we kick off the content, Anna, can you please just tell us a bit more about what problems you are solving with Supermetrics and how you help your customers? Because I know you're doing a great job there.
Yeah, thank you. And definitely I can talk more about this. So if you can imagine, Supermetrics is like a data pipeline. So we get data from one place and we push it to a number of different destinations. For example, we fetch data from Twitter ads, Facebook ads, Instagram, ad form, and also a number of e-commerce and related platforms such as Shopify and TikTok, as we're talking about TikTok and Snapchat ads as well. And we push all these metrics dimensions, all this different data to, like I said, a number of different destinations. So there are spreadsheets, Google Sheets, Microsoft Excel, tools that can help you crunch data really, really quickly. There are visualization and BI tools that have better functionality, so you can visualize data and you can analyze data on a more granular level. And lastly, there are data integration platforms such as data lakes, databases, and data warehouses.
Awesome.
Great, thanks. Johan, tell us what problems we are solving for e-commerce companies and marketers on keywording.
Yeah, so we are helping mainly e-commerce companies improve their performance marketing. So how they can get the most out of their online channels. And then we use, of course, channels like TikTok ads and Facebook and Google, etc., to help them earn more money while spending it wisely on social media and paid media.
Cool, thanks. So Johan, take it.
Yeah, thank you. So let's take this comparison of TikTok versus Meta or Facebook. So as you can see here, the cost per click and the cost per 1,000 impression is a lot cheaper on TikTok compared to Facebook. And when the price is so much lower, the ROAS will also increase because you get more out of each click. And a study says that TikTok have about 30% higher paid media ROAS versus all other channels, which is great news if you're getting started and want to try out TikTok as a new platform. So as Anna said, she thought everyone was dancing, but that's not the case. And also the audience, everyone says it's only kids on TikTok. That's not the case either. But yeah, it's true. 18 to 24 is the majority of the audience at the moment. But as with all other platforms, when they are quite new, the younger people will jump on quickly. And then as it grows more mature, the older people will go there as well. But if you take Sweden, for example, about a third of the population is on TikTok and use it daily in Sweden. And 50% of the population is 18 to 24, that's true. But the rest of the 50 is 25 plus. And as you can see, it's quite a few in the UK as well. And same for the States and Denmark. And the States have quite a large number of users. And as you can see, it's about 150 million users in the States. And a little fun fact here is that people are 55 plus on TikTok in the States is more than entire Sweden's population, which is, yeah. So if your audience isn't on TikTok, they will be there soon. So it's good to get started as soon as possible. But if you have any more questions about the all age of the audience, etc., just let me know afterwards, and I'm glad to help you. And then it comes down to one solution for all objectives, and that's kind of true, but also, yeah, gonna take it with a grain of salt. So this is the different marketing objectives and campaign objectives that TikTok offers. So of course, they have ads for awareness, consideration, interaction, interest, conversions, and loyalty. But the different ads that you can divide them up is reach, engagement, traffic, conversions, lead generation, or app events. And as the most common ad format is in-feed ads, but they also have collection ads, dynamic product ads, lead ads. But I will go a little bit more into this down the line and show the different type of ads. And I know Anna will talk about this as well. So I will begin talking a little bit about the pixel. So it's very important, especially now after the iOS update, that you get the most out of your tracking, etc. So there are 3 levels of the pixel. So it's the standard mode, developer mode, and advanced matching and API. So what is the difference between these 3? So I'll let you know. So the first one is a little bit more for beginners. You want to try out, you don't have such a big shop, etc. The immediate is for established e-commerce businesses that want to do retargeting and DPA ads, and it's really more track ROAS. And for larger e-commerce, the advanced one is the best one. And it's the first one is, of course, a lot easier to set up. You just insert a tracking code on your website. The second one and the third one, you need to integrate a few more things. But it takes a little bit more time to do that. But if you have any more questions about this afterwards, just please let me know. And then it comes to attribution window. So on TikTok, they use a slightly different attribution window, depends on what pixel you have set up. So if you set up the normal default pixel, it's 1 day click, and this makes it really hard to do retargeting. The developer mode or advanced matching allows the same as Facebook, so 1-day view and 7-day click. And that also enables retargeting on all traffic on site. So we usually recommend to go with developer mode or advanced matching for maximum performance of your ads, because otherwise people might go away or disappear with the tracking of the pixel. And as I mentioned before, this is really important with the iOS update, because you don't want to lose data. So make sure you double track your data on. So for example, in TikTok Pixel, you can upload all your customers' phone numbers, for example, to like double track your customers and lookalike audience, etc. And then I will dig deeper into how to get started on TikTok. And of course, when you're starting out, you need to know who you should target. And when you're starting out on a new platform, it's quite hard to know who to target. So TikTok have a great feature for this. They call it broad targeting. So you can aim like what country or region you want to target, and then also what age. Then we usually recommend to leave it at this, and it will go quite broad, but after a few days, you will see quite clear numbers of who watching your ads, who's interacting, who's buying off the ads, etc. And based on those numbers, you can switch over to target expansions, and that will be more performance-based ads. And when you have gained enough traction on those ads, you can start doing retargeting that is based off the pixel. So start out broader, and then you go down the funnel and make it more detailed. And then it's a few different bidding and optimization things you can do. So in the beginning, if you have the same size ad sets or audiences, we recommend to use campaign budget optimization. This is how TikTok will help you allocate the budget right. But if you have one audience of like, let's say 10 million and one about 1 or 500,000, then it won't be a fair game, because the large one will take all the budget. So you need to make sure, if you do campaign budget optimization, that the audiences are the same size. They also have a daily budget similar to Facebook and Google, so keep control of your cost, because you don't want to overspend daily, but you can use like a monthly or overall period as well. And then we always recommend to optimize for lowest cost for the most result. And then we dig into the catalog. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a quite new feature on TikTok, and you can use it for a few different reasons. So you can use it for the retargeting ads. For example, if I go into a website and I look at 1 or 2 products, then I will see just these 2 or 3 products in a retargeting ads that are based on the pixel. And then the other one is a collection ad. So if I have a video of someone playing soccer, for example, and then when the video is starting to end, a little pop-up, but I will show this how it looks like afterwards. Then the product he's wearing will be like a collection ad of the ad he saw. And how do you actually upload the catalogs to your website? So you can do the manual product uploads. We don't usually recommend this unless you have like 1 or 2 products, because first of all, if you run out of stock, this will not display. And same with the catalog template file. So if you have more products, you can download all your product in a CSV file and upload them here. But again, if you run out of stock or something and someone clicked the ad, they will probably not be too happy about it, and you paid for a click that didn't generate a lead. So we usually recommend the catalog feed, which is kind of syncing all the time with your catalog on the website. And this way, you will never, ever run out of stock of ads. So we all have 5 tips of how to help you create the perfect asset on TikTok. So the minimum resolution we recommend is 720. But as you all know, most iPhones have 4K, so just record in full resolution, and then you can down resolution to when you're editing. Also, make sure you always have sound on, or if you don't have any sound, you can add it down the track when you're editing the ad with like a catchy song or something like that. And a lot of people asking how long should it be. So we usually recommend the videos to be somewhere between 21, 34 seconds to get the best performance on your ads. And be very direct in your message at first. So you need to catch attention with the viewers. So the key message should be in the first 3 seconds. Otherwise, they might lose attention span and you swipe through. And don't forget, when you film, don't have have vertical, because otherwise it will just look strange and doesn't take up the entire screen. And then the collection ads, as I mentioned earlier, they drive a lot more click-through rate, actually 13% more click-through rate than other ads, and also 3 times increase the product detail on the page traffic. So the higher intent, because they're watching more of your ad, it will increase the performance. And then we have a quite new ad feature called Spark. So this can level up your campaigns quite good. So if you take, for example, if you want to work with an influencer, instead of asking them to send you the video or connecting the assets, you're only asking them to send you a link, and you can use their video under your brand and makes it super easy, or you can use your own to help you increase the engagement. So Spark Ad is a great feature to use. And actually, Spark Ads have 30% more completion rate contra other ads. They also have 142% higher engagement rate, and the conversion rate is about 43% higher than the other ads. And the cost per 1,000 impression is actually decreasing by 4%. So the cost will go down when you run these type of ads. So what is the difference between the Spark and the in-feed ads? So as you can see here on the right-hand side, we have the Spark ad, and on the left, we have the in-feed ads. So the Spark ad gives the advertiser or the users to take a few more actions than a normal ad. So if you want to focus purely on performance, you should recommend in-feed ads, because everywhere the user click, it will take you to the desired landing page. The Spark ad gives them, however, a few more options. They can follow you, they can view your profile, they can view what music you use in the ad, but they can also take you to the directed landing page that you want them to use. It's with that red button that says shop now or whatever you want to use as a CTA. And as a in-feed ad format, we have seen quite a few mistakes here from quite a lot of people. So they film it with full screen, like 9:16, as you're supposed to. That's great. But then, as you see at the bottom, it's some fields where you have text and you have icons, etc. If you put any text there or any specific item that you want to promote, that will not be displayed, or it will be text over it. So it's gonna be text on text. So the performance will actually go down. So you can see here on the red zone is a safe zone. So make sure you have the important message in the red zone, and the rest can just be like background, etc. And that's just as a little keynote when you focus. And when you're starting out with ads, especially conversion ads, we usually recommend to run it like this. So first of all, you need 50 conversions per event for able to go on to the next stage. And then you shouldn't touch your ads when it's in learning phase. The learning phase usually goes on between 7 to 10 days. And when you get enough event and like traffic, etc., you can finish the learning phase and start trying new things. But if you start editing your ads during learning phase, it will just destroy the process, and you might decrease performance of your ads. So don't touch anything first and let the TikTok AI do itself. And when you're starting out, we always recommend to do a conversion ad, and it will take you a few weeks until you see actual results, and also depending on your budget. But we usually recommend to start a conversion ad with the goal of view content. And when you have enough conversions there, you can go on to the next one, which is add to cart. And when you have enough events, which is 50 a week, you can go on to the next one and next one. But this will take a bit of time, and depending on your budget and the size of your audience, it will differ. But usually about 4 weeks if you have a fairly large budget and also fairly large audience. So in this case, it's $300 to start off the first week. I will be tied the second, I will be tied the third and the fourth. And if you have any questions of the different metrics and the KPIs we should focus on, just let me know afterwards, and you can read it through in the slides afterwards as well. And yeah, I forgot to ask, if you have a smaller budget, it will just take a little bit longer time until you reach the fourth purchase stage. So you don't miss out on anything. Okay, my ads doesn't work in the first 4 weeks. Yes, because you spend less money and doesn't give the AI enough data to perform. So it just takes a longer time to reach the goal. And then I will show you a few examples of the different ads that you can run. So this is an awareness ad, for example. So here we have Puma and Oakley, and also example of CDLP. And as you can see on the CDLP one, you see the CTA, you see the buttons that you can do, and then you press the play. But let's start with the Puma one. It's gonna load. No, it's going slowly. We can start with skiing one. And it's quite clear that it's Oakley, and it's quite attracting, and you don't really want to, what do you say, push too much ads here. So it's an example. Then if we go to the next slide, this is a few examples of traffic ads. So we have Walmart on the left, we have TaylorMade in the middle, and then on the right is actually a great example of a Spark ad that you could use. So this guy is sponsored by Oakley, and if Oakley reach out to him, hey, can we use this video for a promotion ad? And he can say, yeah, and send over the link. So we just go over it and we can see that. And yeah, it would be no sound on this ones. But yeah, this is just different examples of the TikTok ads, and you can see it's not high production. It's filmed on the phone, but it's quite catchy and simple, and it's showing quite a few different products. This would be like a camping objective from Walmart. And then we have like TaylorMade. Okay, that didn't want to load. But on the one on the right, he's showing around the different views of the skiing tracks in the Olympic Village. So this is just from a few days ago, a Norwegian skier. But as you can see, you have Oakley quite clearly. But you can watch these videos a bit later as well. So I skip to the next one. And here we have a little bit more conversion focused ads. They're a little bit more showing the products. And as you can see on the far right, by the end of these ads, a little pop-up will come here. And if you click that pop-up, you will see the products that are visible in the ad. But here we have ads from TaylorMade, Ralph Lauren, and also Apple. That's one didn't want to load properly. You can watch this later as well. But then we actually get quite a few questions asking, where can I find these ads? Where can I get inspiration? Where can I look what my competitor are doing or other people in my industry? So you will get this presentation afterwards. And if you just click the screen here, it'll take you to the creative center of TikTok, and you can view industries and what your competitors are doing. And it's actually a quite great tool to get some inspiration of your ads. And as you might have seen, some of the ads had a production, like the Ralph Lauren, for example, and the budget was probably quite large for that. But as you see, the others, like some of the filming ones, were quite low budget. Or the Olympic skier, he used to use his iPhone from the ski lift while he recorded. So you can use iPhone, and like some of these tools are free or have free versions of it. So like CapCut, for example, or Premium Rush or Quick. And yeah, they can help you create content in just minutes. So you don't have to spend days or weeks or months to create one piece of content. So you can be quick on the trends and create a lot of content for it. But And I think that was everything for me, but I will hand over to Anna now. So
Yes, fantastic, Johan. Thank you. And now I'm going to walk you through the analytics and the metrics you need to become more data-driven on TikTok. And the core point I want to drive with this slide is that there are certain benefits of becoming data-driven as a company for you. So, for example, companies that are data-driven are 23 times more likely are to succeed in customer acquisition. They're 6 times more likely to retain existing customers. They're 19 times more profitable, and they're 5 to 8 times. They're working on increasing their ROI 5 to 8 times. And it is really, really important to understand, like I said with my small advertisement for this webinar, that TikTok is becoming an even more and more competitive space. And as it becomes more competitive, you should really try to use data to your advantage and calculate and measure many things. And now let's go through what you should measure. So just like Johan has mentioned, there is a digital sales funnel, and we're using the same funnel when it comes to the measurements. So we have 5 stages, which are attract, convert, close, delight, and advocate. And I'm going to talk about each and every one of these stages and the metrics you would need to measure how people are buying, how people are interacting with your brand during each of these stages. So let's go to the next slide. The first stage is attract, and here you want to measure how you are reaching your customers, what the number of impressions is, how many engagements you get, and what the click-through rate is. Another really, really important metric here is the cost per click, as it shows you how much you're paying for each click on your ad. And this metric can help you compare the performance of different TikTok campaigns, if you're running a number of campaigns, or it can also help you compare the campaigns you're running on TikTok to the campaigns you're running on other different social platforms, for example, Snapchat. And this way you are going to be comparing apples to apples, and you will quickly see which ads bring you the biggest ROI. Next slide, please. The next stage is going to be the convert stage. So we will measure the number of consumers that visit your store and the cost of acquisition. So here we're going to focus on cost per add to cart and cost per checkout initiated. And as you can see, during the awareness stage, we're comparing ad metrics. So the metrics you're using to measure your campaigns. And during the convert stage, we're focusing on more e-commerce metrics, so to say. So how much does it cost for us to get the user to add something to their carts? Next slide, please. The next stage is the close stage. So here we're focusing on how our visitors convert into customers, because obviously not everyone that visits your store will end up buying your products. And we're looking at the sales conversion rate and the average order value. The average order value is an important cost metric because it also helps you compare apples to apples when you're running campaigns on different platforms, and especially if you have different stores. So you say you have an Amazon store and then a Shopify store, you can compare what the average order value is on each of these stores for the products in each of these stores. And another set of metrics here is the cart abandonment rate, which is calculated according to the formula you can see on the screen, cost of sales, and return on ad spend. Return on ad spend is another golden metric to pay attention to, as you will be able to prove the ROI to your leadership team or your boss pretty easily if you calculate this, and you will be able to make budget allocations much better and in a much smarter manner. And the next stage is the delight stage. So here we're taking a look at how businesses value their loyal customers, how they're calculating the value they bring to the company. So the metric we're paying attention to here is the customer lifetime value. You can see the formula here, and one very important thing to pay attention to when we're calculating the customer lifetime value is really your sales cycle. So how long does it take for a customer to go through the whole process and purchase a particular product, and also the type of the product. So for example, if you're selling a luxury service, it will take a customer a while to go through all the stages. The money they will bring to the table, the sum of money they're going to bring to the table is probably going to be greater, but at the same time, it is likely that a business is going to spend much more time on ads versus the process where the product is much smaller and cheaper and the customer is making a decision much faster. And the next slide is another set of really good metrics, which are customer retention rate and the churn rate. Customer retention is very, very important. It's been estimated that the companies who invest in customer retention are seeing a 75% increase in their ROI. And you would want to measure the churn rate and minimize it to make sure that you're getting more and more repeat customers, which means that you're getting more and more repeat purchases. And as a result, you're getting more money. And the last stage is the advocate stage. So your customers are your biggest brand ambassadors. And it's also been estimated that now we get more recommendations from our friends and family. We believe our friends and family more than we believe the celebrities. Only 1 in 10 purchases is a result of, an ads that features celebrities. And we really want to invest in making our customers our promoters. So in order to calculate that correctly, we're going to be using the Net Promoter Score, which is a tool that helps you measure how willing your customers are to recommend products and services to others. And they're categorized in 3 main groups, which are promoters, passives, and detractors. So the promoters are your more loyal customers, and they typically have a Net Promoter Score from 8 to 10. Passives are the customers that are satisfied with the service, but maybe they're not just happy enough to be your brand ambassadors. And these are the customers with the NPS from 5 to 8. And then there are detractors, which are red flags and happy customers who not only not buy from you, but they might even discourage others from doing so. So these are the customers with an NPS from 1 to 5. And now let's talk about pulling all the data together in a dashboard. And here you can see a report which is built in Google Data Studio with TikTok connector from Supermetrics. So this is a TikTok ads overview report. And this report shows you how your TikTok campaigns and how your TikTok accounts are performing. So you can see there are different metrics like cost and impressions, clicks, and results, which basically highlight the overall health of your account. You can see the top performing campaigns, campaign names, how much it costs, and what the results were. So in a similar way, you can pull the worst performing campaigns to see where the optimization is needed. And you can also see the country breakdown. So where your audience is coming from, where are the buyers located? And it's a free tool. It's a free report. So if you're interested in getting a demo on how Supermetrics can automate your TikTok ads reporting, just either reach out to us or drop a line in the comments saying, hey, I would like to see a demo of Supermetrics, and we will reach out to you. So whichever works for you. So that's about TikTok reporting. And over to you, Jonas.
Thanks, Anna, for all the insights and sharing. And like you said, it's a free template that you should definitely set up and start experiment with, so you can really look at the metrics that are important for your business. So we have a couple of questions that we have received, and one of the things that I would like to hear more from you guys, like, how do you think the sales platform on TikTok, how do you think that will look like in the future? Because it's moving super fast right now, and there's so many features that just pops out all the time. So what do you think about the future there?
Yeah, of course. So TikTok is expanding and evolving every day, it feels like, and the new things pops up and new features. So it's great to work with. And as I experienced so far, they don't have as many campaign objectives yet as Facebook, but as they're evolving as a platform, I'm sure they will catch up to Facebook or maybe even overtake them. Who knows? So I think the experiences will be endless. And for example, they have recently put live like following ads similar to Facebook, and they have like catalog ads. You can create amazing, cool catalogs that is like in your brand style, and also Insta pages. So they keep people on the platform. It doesn't even leave the platform. So if you have connected your shop, you can even shop directly on TikTok. Yeah, that's pretty much what I think the future of the platform will look like.
Yeah, it sounds exciting. I think TikTok is gonna develop kind of maybe in a similar way Instagram has developed. So Instagram has added a lot of really good features related to e-commerce. For example, you can click on a post and see which products a model is wearing and then what the price tags are. And I think as TikTok is really big on influencers, they will try to implement something similar. So currently the influencers have links to their online stores where fans can buy their merch. And I think in the future, TikTok will also add these tags. So for example, whenever an influencer posts a video, somebody can pause a video, somebody can click on a video, and then they can immediately see what kind of merch an influencer is wearing. And then they can pretty much buy it, never leaving TikTok. So I think this will not only bring TikTok really good results and a smooth buying process journey, but also we will have more data to analyze. And this way it would be really interesting to see what kind of metrics we can track and measure to optimize the purchasing experience.
Yeah, for sure. And another question that we also see that I get from like large e-commerce companies is that really like who is really using TikTok? I mean, there are age limitations, and you can talk about children using their parents' account and stuff like that. But can you guys expand a bit? Like, what do we actually know about that, and who is actually using it?
So of course, it might be hard when people are using the parents' account, but you might notice that if let's say 40-year-old is only watching kids stuff, is probably his kids watching it, unless something is not completely right. But then you can make like statistics that that person is probably a kid watching from a parent's account. But also the limitations, TikTok has quite strict rules when it comes to advertising. So especially you can't, for example, advertise any alcohol at all. Nicotine is very strict as well, or I don't think you can advertise at all with nicotine. And same with energy drinks. So if you are in those industries, you can still run ads, but you need to think a little bit longer when you create the content, because you can't just have someone drinking like a Red Bull, for example, and have that as an ad. You maybe gonna think around it of someone like Red Bull is doing a great example of this. So they're an energy company, but their ads is someone skiing or someone like running off a cliff or like driving a motorcycle or something like that. But then they have the big logos on the ads, and it's mainly for brand awareness. But yeah, that's how you're gonna work around the system. Like just show your brand in a different kind of situation of life instead of just, hey, I'm drinking an energy drink. And yeah, I think that's quite a few statistics that you can take.
Yeah, I really like your point about like actually using the product and showing it in like different life situations. And I just wanted to add to this. I think the demographics question is a really interesting one because like maybe either one of you have already mentioned, we're not seeing the just like kids dancing or some silly videos people make, but we can also see people who are using TikTok to demonstrate their professionalism or maybe advertise a service that they have. For example, I've seen many videos from psychologists explaining a particular psychological concept within a short TikTok video, and then saying, hey, if you want to book a consultation with me, here's the link. Or there are lots of, like pottery classes and different kind of accounts related to hobbies where people show how they're actually doing something, and then they encourage someone to buy whatever they are selling. So the applications can be literally limitless because it's a video format, and therefore this age is a really, really tricky question, because there are not only like kids buying the services, there are mostly adults buying the services. And I'm actually really interested to see how the culture on TikTok is going to develop. So as more and more people from the older demographics are going to move, what kind of services and products will they advertise? Because they're not kids and they are not necessarily influencers. They are just regular people who have found this tool in social media to be useful and helpful in terms of helping them sell their services.
Yeah. But one thing that we can say from the statistics, so there is some data that you can't get yourself, but as a TikTok marketing partner, we get some insight data that we could share like with ourselves, but also discuss with our clients. So that's like a few benefits you get versus if you're running it by yourself.
And I guess also like the main point is really it's an interest-based platform. It's not like a connection-based platform. So I mean, if a child use an adult's account and then just watch it, of course, it's going to be pretty easy to understand, is it a kid or is it an adult that actually watched this? So, I mean, it's built on that logic from the ground up.
Yeah, and even you can run ads from 13 years and up. Doesn't mean that most industries allow it, but you can't unfortunately see statistics on the people that are 13 to 17 legally. So, but you can still run ads to them.
Yeah. So why is it important to combine your e-commerce data together?
So as I mentioned earlier, like with the pixel tracking and also iOS update, some data might not go all the way. So it's very important that you back up your data. So if you have phone numbers or other data sources from CRM system, etc., is quite important. This will help TikTok and match them together. So even if they have the tracking of people, but if you upload the phone numbers and CRM system, etc., they will have, okay, this is one person, this is one person, one person. So they have like a couple different versions of the same person. So it's kind of stacking up together. So it's like stacking the different audiences. So just make sure it will be correct.
Yeah, definitely. And just to add to this, I think combining all the data and tracking it is really important, because it can also help you make smarter budget allocations. And this way you will ensure you're not actually moving in the darkness. So when you're analyzing your data from one channel, it gives you only one perspective. But when you analyze all your data from a variety of different channels, it gives you 5 to 10 different perspectives. And this way you can convince the leadership to invest in a particular channel if you see that it's performing well, and you can make relevant optimizations. So if you see something is not performing well, you can act accordingly or start tweaking it, so you know where to pay attention to. So if you can imagine, if you're moving in the darkness, then this data coming from multiple accounts is going to be your torchlight in a way.
Yeah, for sure. So if you have any more questions, please reach out to us. Here are the email address, or you like you said, Anna, if you would like to have a demo of Supermetrics, just comment in the comment field, and the Supermetrics team will get in touch with you to set up that demo.
Yeah, and we saw that someone asked if we post a video afterwards. So this video will be live all the time, so you can rewatch it. But we will also send you an edited version in about a week or two.
Exactly.
But this video will be public to watch again.
Yeah. So for some bonus content, everybody likes the bonus, right?
Yeah.
You will get the TikTok ads reporting template, and you will get the slides. And we also have some more information, but it's sent out in an email afterwards, right?
Yeah, and then you can download the reports from the presentation.
Exactly. So what was it in the box then? It is very important that we have been told that it's important to wash your hands a lot of times. And of course, that is important. But there are a couple of more things that are very important as well. And it is to clean your phone, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So this is a TikTok phone cleaner with UV lights, and it's also a charger. So when you come home, you put your phone in here, you close it, and then you press the button. And it's using the latest technology in UV lights, and it completely cleans your phone. So it's a must-have for everyone who wants to have a clean phone, I would say.
Yeah, and also charge it when you are sleeping or sitting in an office or something like that.
Exactly, or watching our webinars.
Yeah.
So then, Johan, can you tell me, how do you get the package of this?
So as we said earlier, so we will send out an email. So if you share the event link to the website and just mention that you have shared it to your friends, who will see it, and then you will get a chance of winning the package.
Yeah. So share it on LinkedIn, tag Keywordio and Supermetrics, and we will review in 1 week, and then we will make a little lottery. And I think also, Anna, that you will have some amazing stuff from Supermetrics that is going to be sent over to a couple of lucky persons as well, right?
Yes, exactly. So we have really, really cool merch. We'll be happy to share with the winners. So please do share the link and participate in the lottery.
Yeah, awesome.
Amazing. So thank you very much, guys. And thank you again, Anna, for joining. And cool.
Awesome. Have a good one.